It's time for today's travel and cruise industry news. With the latest from travel and cruises around the world, here's your host, Chillie Falls.
Good morning. Welcome to Travel and Cruise Industry News on this Saturday, the 9th day of January 2021. Coming to you from Bedford County in the central part of Virginia, a little town called Forest right outside of Lynchburg. If you're new to this channel, welcome aboard. We meet here on Tuesday, Thursday, and Saturday mornings at 11 o'clock for Travel and Cruise Industry News. And we also, when something happens in the meantime, I post videos or go live, depending. So we'd appreciate if you consider subscribing to this channel to keep up with stuff. A couple things to point out on a personal note before we get to the news today. If you're new to this channel, I have stage 4 prostate cancer, and on this channel, talk openly about my journey with prostate cancer. And this is chemo week number 2, and I'm having a pretty good week, folks. Other than you can hear my voice. This has definitely affected my voice, but I'm not sick this week. Yeah, I've got some minor side effects, which I will detail a great deal probably tomorrow or Monday with this week's report. But still, all in all, it's been a really good week. Really fatigued is the worst of it. And a few little minor things. My taster's off a little bit. I've got one sore in my mouth that's expected. But still, all in all, I'm having a really good week, guys. Much better than the first chemo treatment. All right, let's get to the business at hand this morning. And the lead story today, we've talked several times about Key West. And basically, why isn't that changing? Let's see what I'm doing wrong here. So I want the Key West story up, and because it does that live, oh, that's the wrong one. Okay, I see what I did. There we go. No, that still doesn't do it. Oh, well, I was trying to make it look better. Oh, well, heck with it. All right. Key West cruise ship ban could be reversed, is the headlines today. On Election Day in November, the citizens of Key West passed a ballot initiative that would limit cruise ships over a certain size from calling on Mallory Square in Key West there. We've talked about this a couple times. Now the Florida Legislature is looking to void that initiative with a new bill that was filed in the state legislature yesterday. The bill introduced by Senator Jim Boyd, he's from Tampa area, aims to limit a local government's ability to restrict or regulate commerce in the seaports. In the bill, the economic benefits of Florida's seaports act as the main argument against limiting ship size and passenger disembarkation in Key West. It states, and I quote, Florida seaports currently generate nearly 900,000 direct and indirect jobs and contribute $117 billion in economic value to the state through cargo and cruise activities, accounting for approximately 13% of Florida's gross domestic product and $4.2 billion in state and local taxes. That's a lot of money. One of the things we talked about before was the economic benefits that the cruise ships bring to all over the ports of Florida, especially to Key West. So the unfortunate thing about this story was broken by Taylor Dolvin, who's been on the show before. She's not necessarily our favorite writer. She tends to write stuff against the cruise industry all the time, although this was a fairly balanced reporting. I give Taylor credit for that. So who knows what's going to happen down there in Key West. So now they're trying to get the legislature to override the regulations that Key West put on it. So we'll have to see. Key West is one of my favorite spots. I enjoy it. Those of you that know that I'm working on my accessibility blog. Key West is one of the places that is fairly accessible. It has a nice, I enjoy taking, I've done it several times now, the tour of Key West on the little train ride around. I enjoy the heck out of that. So I mainly because I enjoy the guys giving they talk about stories and they're enjoyable, plus they're accessible, so I can get on with my scooter. All right, moving right along. The Costa Victoria will be scrapped according to multiple sources. The 1996 built ship will be towed to India later this month, where it will unfortunately be demolished. The former Costa vessel was quickly sold during the pandemic when Carnival started selling the vessel to Genova Industrie Navale, something like that, which owns a number of dry docks and shipyards in Europe, including Mariotti, specializing in luxury new builds, as well as Chantier Naval de Marseille that offers the biggest dry dock in the Mediterranean. The ship was rumored to have been considered for a hotel ship or for use in the dry dock work, and that fell through, so she's going to be scrapped. So there's another one getting scrapped, folks. Sad part of the times. All right, Aida Cruises, the German brand that is owned by Carnival. They announced yesterday more cancellations as the global situation seemed to be heading in the wrong direction with further restrictions. The pause extensions impact multiple cruise ships across different regions, including Canary Islands, Mediterranean, Germany, the Middle East, and Northern Europe. Basically, they're shutting it down into March. So another bunch of cruises canceled. That seems to be part of the times now. Those of you that have watched my videos the last couple of days know that I'm really worried about MSC starting up again, as well as Costa that announced it earlier in the week, because of the whole situation in Europe, which is bad, just like the situation is in this country. I don't know, folks. I'm seeing more and more signs that we're not going to see cruises now until at least the middle of the year, if not further out. I mean, there's got to be a lot of work done on the vaccine front. There's got to be a lot of work done on getting control of the numbers front. And right now, I just don't see that happening anywhere. So that's the way I see it. I'm afraid we may not cruise at all until midsummer now. Hate to say that, but I still have fingers crossed for my European trip in October, but we'll have to see about that one. By the way, tomorrow on Cruise Amigos, we're going to be talking about Kotar. We've got a guest from it's an excursion company in Kotar, and our friend Allison is going to be there with some pictures of her recent trip to Kotar. So that's on the topic for tomorrow on the Cruise Amigos. That's at 3 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, which is 8 p.m. London time. Cruise Amigos live from London. I've got several requests in for some interviews live from Virginia and live from London. So we're getting back into the interview business now that we've gotten through the holidays. And we'll see if we can't land some of these now. I got one big one that I'm working on. So we'll see. All right, let's go see who's here before my throat gives out completely. We know Tom Henry's here because he was asking me if I heard anything about the grand celebration. Pete's with us from London. Says, I hope I'm feeling okay. Yeah, Pete, I'm feeling remarkably well this week. Yeah, there's some minor side effects, but not bad at all. Gretchen's with us from Ohio. John's with us from Minnesota. Hey, John. Already a third of January is gone. It will be summer before we know it. Wow, that's scary. Gretchen says, you must use your own product, John. Entirely too optimistic. Those of you know, John's a pot farmer. Actually, he's not, but I call him one. Tom Henry, I want some snow first. Enjoy a good white blanket at least once. Tom, they announced that we're talking about the possibility of us getting some measurable snow here yesterday for the first time in 687 days. Didn't happen. So we're now to 688 days without measurable snow. Tom says, I'm excited this morning. Tech stuff. Added a new soft phone app to my laptop that connects via our office voice over IP service. I can call out via the computer and even call an extension at work. That's awesome. Nikki's with us down in Florida. By the way, folks, I know a lot of you guys are in Florida. I'll tell you what else I'm working on. I'm trying to work with here in Virginia, the VA hospitals are going to be the place for vaccinating vets and healthcare workers. And it looks like CVS is going to be a major vehicle as they get the vaccines moving. So I have requested that these institutions let me know when they have vaccines and who the vaccines available and who they're, meant for. And I'll help promote it. I'll try to drive you some people to get those vaccines in the arm. I will be happy to do that with other states. I know Florida, every county is on their own. But if I could get, on text messages from the Florida county, let's say down at Bonnie's County down there in Lake Worth, they send me a text and say, hey, we've got, 300 vaccines available today at such and such a hospital. It's for anybody 65 or older. I'll go on the air with it, folks, and blast it out and ask you guys just to share it to people on your social media lists in Florida so we get the words out. I'll do that for anybody. So I'm working on that. So, you may see me doing some of that craziness here in the near future to try to help get the vaccines distributed more. I really think that's important to all of our health and sanity. So anything I can do to help with that, I'm going to do it. So Nikki's saying, hey, Tom, I read that as coconuts. I won't say what it looked like to me. Tom said he didn't make the post. Since it's in caps, I guess I hit the caps lock instead of the oops. Oh, I see it now. That's, yeah, C counts. I see what happened there, Tom. How about an interview with Emily while she is with her pooches? Hey, that might be interesting. We could maybe do that. not a bad shot when Emily's playing with the dogs. Gretchen says, my son just bought a vacation house in Florida. He's going next week, invited me and hubby. I'll wait for the vaccine. Yeah, that's probably a good idea. Hey, Sonny's with us down in Mississippi. Good to see you, Sonny. Tom says, I saw an article in today's paper saying Southwest Virginia is starting vaccines for those over 75 in the next week. Yep, that's what I'm hearing as well, Tom, and I'm on it. I want to get in a situation where I know when they've got stuff available and help get it out. At least that's my plan of attack. So, all right, guys, that's going to wrap me up for today. As you can tell, my voice, one of the side effects of this chemo that I was not expecting is my voice has changed drastically. So, not sure what that's all about. That'll be a good question for my oncologist the next time I meet with her. But anyway, at least I'm having a good week, folks. So, that's going to wrap me up for today. You guys all, of course, stay safe. Wear your mask, socially distance. Don't do anything stupid. Don't get in crowds of people. It's just still not safe out there, guys. And stay safe. And one of these days, soon, we'll all be able to go on a cruise somewhere. Wouldn't that be nice if we get all of us together and go on a cruise together? That'd be fun. So maybe someday. All right, guys, that's going to wrap me up. Everybody have a great weekend. Stay out of trouble. Be careful with the weather if you get any bad weather, guys. Stay safe. Wear your mask. I'll see you on Tuesday, if not beforehand. This is Chillie, the old fat guy. Later, y'all.
Thank you for watching today's travel and cruise industry news. Join us every Tuesday, Thursday, and Saturday morning at 11 a.m. Eastern for another episode. Travel and Cruise Industry News is a production of Chillie's Cruises.